Hey everyone, thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. And today we're looking at linear equations with distribution, and this is level 1 and level 2. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use a lot of stuff we've looked at in previous videos. We're going to take a look at doing the distributive property. We're going to take a look at collecting like terms. We're going to take a look at solving two-step and multi-step equations. All of that's going to be in what we look at today. So let's just begin. All right, so in this problem here, and I'm gonna zoom in a tad, what we want to do is solve for x. We want to isolate the x by itself. But first, what we need to do is get rid of these parentheses. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and distribute this 2, like we done previously. And after that, continue to solve. So I'm gonna do 2 times 3, which is 6. So that's 6x. And then 2 times 5, which is 10. And then bring down this equal 22. Now it's just like a regular two-step equation. So we'll go ahead and continue to isolate the variable. We're going to work away from that. So I'm going to move this positive 10, and we always do the opposite. We're going to subtract 10 on both sides. All right, now that's going to cancel out here. And then I'm going to bring down the 6x. And then 22 minus 10 is going to get me 12. Now I'm going to continue to isolate this variable and just divide by wrong color. Divide by 6. Actually, that was the right color. Let's try that again. Divide by 6. And that's going to leave me with x is equal to 2. So I distribute, I solve the two-step equation. Just that simple. Okay, go ahead and pause the video here and see if you can solve these two. All right, so looking at these, we're going to first distribute the 2 times 2. We get 2 times 2, which is 4z. And we want to isolate the z. Go ahead and put that there. And then 2 times 9, which is 18, is equal to 50. And then we're going to subtract 18 on both sides. Okay, we're going to bring down the 4z. This will cancel out. And then 50 minus 18 is 32. And then we're going to divide by 4. And z is equal to 8. Okay, so you should get 8 on that one. Okay, now on this next one, we're going to go ahead and distribute. And it's an understood 1 right here. So 3 times x is going to be 3x. And 3 times 7 is going to be 21. Bring down to 45. This time I use the colors here. I'm going to subtract 21 on both sides. 21s cancel out. I'm bring down 3x is equal to 24. Then I'm going to divide by 3. And x is equal to 8. So that one's 8 as well. All right, let's take a look at these. All right, so on these, this is linear equations with distribution level 2. Okay, you see these problems are a little bit bigger and they'll involve doing collecting like terms. Okay, so we'll take a look at that and use some of the stuff that we used before. So I'm gonna zoom in on this first one here. All right, and the first thing I'm gonna do is just use the distributive property here and distribute this -5. Okay, now negative times a negative is a positive, and 5 times 1 is 5. So now I have 5x, and then negative times this positive is a negative, and 5 times 1 is 5. Everything else, I'm just going to bring on down. Okay, now I'm going to do like I did before with collecting like terms. Oh, something else I want to do. Let me show you this. Let me line this up a little better. Because the problem is so big, I'm going to draw a line here. It's going to become very important in a future video we see. But you see, you got this long line here, and I want you to understand that what you don't want to do, and don't write this down, what you don't want to do is subtract 5x on both sides like this. You don't want to do the opposite. The only time you want to do that is if you're going across this line here. Okay, so be aware of that. Do not do that. Okay, so let me show you what you do. We're going to collect like terms. First, I'm going to indicate which one is which. So I got the 5x here, negative 5x, and I got a negative 5 here and a negative 1 here. And I'm going to go ahead and combine them. And 5 plus a negative 3, different signs, find the difference. So 5 minus 3 is 2x. Negative and negative, same sign, find the sum, add those together, and you should get negative 6. So you got negative 6 is equal to negative 12. And maybe I should have wrote that a little closer. All right, now you have just a regular two-step equation. We're going to do the opposite, which is add 6 on both sides. All right, the 6's cancel out. Over here, you got different signs, find the difference. So negative 12 plus a positive 6 is going to be negative 6. You get 6 and leave it negative because the 12 is bigger. And then I'm going to bring down this 2x over here. All right, and then my last step is just to divide by 2 on both sides. Still got some space here. Yep. And the 2's will cancel out, leaving x is equal to a negative divided by a positive, which is a negative, and then 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So it's distribute, identify and collect like terms. Make sure you don't subtract over here unless you go across the equal sign. Add 6 on both sides. Keep simplifying and isolate that x. All right, go ahead and pause the video here and see if you can solve this one. Okay, now what you should get is 6. You should get positive 6 right here. X is equal to positive 6. So what I did is I distribute here. Then I identified my like terms, right? Then I combine them. And then I did the two-step equation. I added on both sides the opposite of negative 12 here. And then I came on down and isolated the x some more and divided by negative 2 here. Opposite of multiplication. And I got x is equal to 6. So that's it. That is linear equations with distribution level 1 and 2. I want to thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.